Welcome to the final Herzog Motorsport news update of the century. Under the direction of Bill, Stan, and Randy, Herzog Motorsports has committed to the business of winning, and win they have. In the late 60s, a group of experienced motorcyclists headed south of the border for a ride through the wilds of Baja. It wasn't long before the ride turned into a race. The year was 1967. Off-road racing was born. In 1987, Stan Herzog was in Las Vegas on business and witnessed the happening known as the Mint 400. He was hooked. That was just 12 years ago. Today, Herzog Motorsports is not just a hobby, but a successful business. Stan and Randy have race shops in Milwaukee to support their ASA team, another in Charlotte to handle the Busch Series effort, and now a new shop in Lake Forest, California to prepare the Herzog Off-Road and Pikes Peak entries. 1999 has been another great year. The Herzog name is now respected throughout motorsports. Their ASA Delco Challenge Series Chevy Monte Carlo, with Jimmy Johnson driving, finished third overall in just the second year in competition. Jimmy's teammate, Rick Johnson, was awarded the prize 1999 Pat Shower Memorial Rookie of the Year trophy, the same title Jimmy captured in 1998. In July, Herzog Motorsports again challenged the legendary Pikes Peak. Veteran Baja off-road star Larry Ragland wheeled the Herzog Vortec GM Superstock Chevy S10 into the class winner's circle and was third fastest overall in the 12.5-mile race to the clouds. Several months earlier in San Felipe, GM Motorsports manager Harry Turner announced that Vortec and GM Powertrain would join Herzog Motorsports in an attempt at the 1999 Baja 1000. Larry Ragland was signed on to drive. Larry had won the 1000 4 times previously, in 91, 95, 96, and 97. Year 2000 plans were also announced. Vortec and GM Powertrain would join Herzog Motorsports and return to Baja with a 2-truck effort for the Millennium Race, 2,000 miles. Don Tevye, another Baja veteran, was brought on board as crew chief for the taxing 1999 and 2000 efforts. In their new facility in Lake Forest, Trevor Harris designed the new Vortec GM-powered trucks, and under Don's critical eye, the team works toward a late March 2000 shakedown session. Meanwhile, the number 80 Unlimited Trophy truck was being readied for the fast-approaching 99 Baja 1000. Testing was slated for late April at Soggy Dry Lake in the California desert. When the testing began, GM engineers of plenty were on hand. 2 days were spent on the remote dry lake for the data-gathering trials. The team then returned to their Southern California shop to incorporate the test's findings. The next test session was slated for August at the same site. The number 1300 Vortec spec truck was also entered in the 1000 to test parts and drivers. In early October, the Herzog Motorsports team gathered for the first crew meeting as the Baja 1000 race date quickly approached. The meeting included everyone involved, 68 support team members handling 17 support vehicles and a helicopter. On the morning of November 3rd, the Herzog Baja race team caravaned south toward the U.S.-Mexico International Border crossing. Then, 60 miles on south, past some of the finest surf spots in the world, to Ensenada. At the headquarters hotel, a photo session was set up that included everything and everyone except the helicopter. Everyone and everything sparkled. Contingency and tech inspections dominated day 2 in Baja. Contingency row always brings out a crowd. It was reported that nearly 250 entries were set to challenge the Baja. Race day, the Herzog crew got an early wake-up call and made their way out of cool Ensenada to the main pit at the start-finish. The 4-wheeled vehicles would start at 9 a.m., more than an hour after the last motorcycle leaves the line. The entries will start 30 seconds apart. They are all here. First off is Mark Post in the Riviera Ford. Then Craig Donahoe. Larry starts third, followed by Dick Sasser's Cherokee. Larry Rossler in the Team McPherson Chevy. Then Robbie Gordon. the Herbst brothers, Ed and Tim, the Ashley Smith Duralast Ford, and last off, Ivan Stewart in the most famous off-road race ever, the 1000. Larry is off to a great start. 50 miles into the race, he has already passed the 2 entries that started ahead of the Herzog Silverado, and as they say, he's running in clean air. Larry will reach speeds well over 100, and then down to a crawl at less than 5 miles per hour. This is what it takes to beat the Baja. Larry has won 3 of the last 4 1000s, Ivan Stewart the other. Larry maintained the lead through checkpoint number 1, with Larry Rossler in second. Just before checkpoint number 2, the powerful trophy trucks are charging. They're all chasing Larry as they leave Mike's Sky Ranch and dash across the peninsula to the coast. Ashley's Duralast entry develops rear end woes. In the buggy ranks, Nick Baldwin finds himself without brakes. Meanwhile, Larry wheels the Herzog Silverado up the scenic Baja coast and on to Santo Tomas, checkpoint number 5. At this point, he commands a 10-minute lead on Larry Rossler and 13 minutes on the Herbst Ford. Larry heads for the start-finish to freshen things up and then do it all again, this time in the dark. The pit crew fuels the leader, changes the tires, and adds more lights. Complete service in just 55 seconds, and he's back on the course. Ivan Stewart's in, a good stop. Next is Tim Herbst. They make a driver change, and Brother Ed will tackle the night loop. A rear tire problem has to be sorted out. With a race this long, it really becomes 2 different races, one by day and one by night. Like all 31 Baja 1000s that came before, this is the final test of planning and will. And more times than not, the Baja wins. As a driver, you are challenged in the Baja by day. It's all new in this blackness. Your light's reach is your world, nothing beyond, only more night. Out of the night, like a beacon embracing lost mariners, your pit crew is there for you. Then, it's you and the night, alone again. The Baja is never conquered, only briefly dominated. Just finishing the Baja 1000 is a victory. This is Larry's last pit stop. Things are looking good. He takes on fuel and tires. Then, back into the darkness. He's headed northeast to the finish. Back again to Ojos Negros. Here he comes. This is Larry's 5th Baja 1000 victory. A great win for Vortec GM and Herzog Motorsports. The winning time is 14 hours, 26 minutes, and 36 seconds. Let's hear from the winner of the 1999 Baja 1000.
I'll tell you what, I'm glad I only have to do it once a year. I just couldn't imagine doing it any more than that. That's just too much work. He jumped in there and says, "I can't believe we get paid to do this." And I go, "Russ, I'm working." I says, "I'm glad I'm getting paid."
Again in 1999, Herzog Motorsports proved simply the best, better than all the rest.